reason for giving my talk today was to talk about the process safety indicators and how we use those indicators within the downstream oil industry.
Well, I think what I tried to get across today was how important having a systematic approach to whatever it is that you're going to do in process safety. So choosing the things that you think are the most critical risks, managing those effectively, and getting them to the state that you want them before you start the next tranche of activity is probably an important aspect of making sure that you're working on the right things.
I'm going to be talking about human factors this afternoon and how human factors are quite a significant contributor to process safety incidents, and I think perhaps a significant factor that hasn't been considered as much as it could be compared to other factors. So to me it's something that offers us a lot of potential for improvement.
There are two types of indicators, what we call leading indicators and lagging indicators. Lagging indicators are all about measuring something that's already happened, so where you've had a loss of containment or an explosion or a fire. The other is leading indicators, which are looking at indicators to do with performance in terms of how well you're implementing your procedures. And honestly, they can be indicators or a precursor to a larger event.
So we measure a lot more what we call leading indicators of process safety today than we did 5 or 10 years ago. And leaders are having a lot more conversations about the leading indicators of process safety instead of simply the bad outcomes of weak process safety. And the more you move from, I think my systems are in good shape, to I know these systems are in good shape because I have 5 or 6 things that tell me that they're in good shape, that's the direction we're trying to head.
We're covering things like amount of overtime worked or alarms, how many alarms that we're handling. By getting that on the table and discussing it at shift managers meetings means that everybody's thinking about, right, if we're going to change this process or improve it, how are the human factors going to influence it?
I think there's some fantastic information available. Certainly on the HSE's website there's a document called HSG 254, I believe, which talks about process safety performance indicators. And it's written in such a way that the language is very easy to understand. You don't need to be an expert to interpret what the intention of that guidance is.
It's hard to give advice to industry, but I think my advice to all the individuals that are interested in being champions for process safety is that one person in a company can really make a difference. Every person can do something that's going to increase the capability of that organization to prevent a bad outcome.
Human factors are a significant contributor, so you should be considering them. And then almost say, where you're looking at number of, safety valve trips, number of procedures not being carried out. Also look at how many consequent shifts of overtime are people working, because if people are following a procedure and it's their 12th night shift in a row, I exaggerate for effect, then that's going to affect their ability to carry out the procedure.
If there was one thing that industry could do today to make a significant impact on their process safety performance, it would be to engage with other industries within their sector and outside of their sector. Knowledge is power, knowledge is important, and understanding the near misses and accidents that other people have had can help you prevent the same happening to you as an organisation.
My challenge would be, do you have as many people indicators as you do process and plant indicators?
So I think today as an industry, we're more focused on leading indicators, which means we're more focused on verifying that safeguards are working, whereas a decade ago, there was still more dialogue about what went wrong. I think now there's more dialogue about what's going right. And it takes a combination of learning from what went wrong and systematically fixing it so that it stays right